How we doing? What's happening? Happy Sunday. Happy Masters Sunday. Shout out to Rory overcoming a fuck ton of adversity, bro. You got to give it to him. And winning the Masters. Follow Mayo. That's me. That's the brand, but it's me. Follow me on Instagram, X, YouTube, Facebook. I'm on Twitch too. Snow Like John on Twitch. You can check me out on there. Hey, this show, which is going to be a good one. This is going to be a show for the books, in my opinion. This show is presented by Burkhardt. Air conditioning, heating, generators, and electrical backup. Let's go back to generators. We are in April. Bro. You know what that means. That means we a skip, a hop, and a slap on the ass away from hurricane season, dude. Like, keep playing. Keep playing them games and not buying a generator from Burkhardt. They could put you on a monthly plan. You'd be paying the same amount that you pay for a pack of cigarettes a month to get a generator from Burkhardt's, but you just haven't yet, right? For whatever reason. These are the people you want to talk to. 985-626-7741. Burkhardt'sAd.com. Burkhardt AC Heat and Generators Electric. Get your AC looked at. It's about to be hot as piss. It was 92 the other day. Also presented by Blue Plate Mayo. They've been here in your grocery since 1927. I had to roll my chair back just now. Since 1927. Since 1927. We got a lot to talk about. Let's get right into it. Spread quotas.
What's happening, Mayo?
Yo, what's up? How we doing?
Doing better. Just been trying to emotionally recover from watching my Cougars fall short in the national championship. But, I mean, hey, it is what it is. 4-1 because they were the better team. And even though it wasn't the result I wanted, it was still a pretty enjoyable tournament.
Well, at least you got there. Be happy with that. At least you got there. You know, there's a fucking 1,000 other teams that didn't.
Oh, yes, definitely. I'm super thankful that I got to see them go that far. It doesn't change the fact that team has brought me a lot of joy. And, I mean, still a lot to look forward to. Of course, headed out to Vegas this week, WrestleMania, staying at the Flamingo. So, I can be excited for that.
Brother, if you ain't excited if you're staying at a place called the Flamingo, then you ain't got no excitement in you. You know? It's just, that sounds special. Sounds like a great time.
Definitely, man. Definitely. And, I don't know if there's anybody who is surprised, but me personally, I'm not surprised this news about Derek Carr and everything. And I'm wondering, what was your initial reaction?
I mean, I'm not going to lie to you. I mean, this is all playing games to me. So this is all calculated. I'll never think of it differently. This is, like you said, it's not surprising because this is who this guy is. But what they need to stop doing is telling me that this guy is this great person, because these are bad qualities. This is beyond football. It just is. Even if he's got an injury, a major injury. Like, why are we not discussing this? It's April, right? You telling me you out for the season in April? What happened? What happened? And why is it not being discussed? Why does Derek Carr, does he have a courier? Is he Osama bin Laden? He just passes messages and then everybody else goes and announces the news and Derek Carr sits in fucking Paris? I'm tired of it. I'm exhausted. Next news I hear about Derek Carr, it better be that we parting ways. Because this dude's the most exhausting saint. I don't even want to call him a saint. He ain't a saint. He's the most exhausting player on this team that I can remember. I was born in 1992. Nobody's been more exhausting than Derek Carr. And keep playing them games, because all that's going to happen is he's going to be sitting on his ass in Silicon Valley doing nothing, bro. Go, see you later.
Yeah, me and you both, man. I agree. It's like you said, it's definitely something bigger than football. There's got to be something else that not telling us. At what point I said I'm not surprised. I mean, I'm not surprised about him getting injured supposedly being injured this early in April, whatever. But what I am surprised about is that he has not been charged with sexual assault because he's fucked this organization. He's fucked the fans. He's fucked everybody, man.
Yeah, and it's look, it didn't work out. We knew this a long time ago, but at this point, it's like we working overtime on showing us how much this didn't work out. You know what I'm saying? We working overtime. This is well past when we were supposed to get off of this Derek Carr shift. This shift sucks. You know what I'm saying? This is like a shift at Smoothie King, bro. This is a miserable shift. Eliminate it, please. It's over.
I agree, man. Yeah, but the day that they part ways with that man, I'm going to eat one of the edibles that I brought back from California, and I'm going to just be on a trip that's just completely out of my mind, man.
There you go. There you go. All right, dude. Well, I appreciate the call, brother. Sorry about Houston, man, but, you know, still, great season.
Oh, yeah, most definitely, man. Thank you for having me on the show again. Peace out.
All right, man. Later. You know, you want to talk like there's the Tinder swindler, and then there's Derek Carr for ultimate finesses on the planet. I mean, this guy, that's why the cover photo is what it is tonight. Money in the bank. He's holding a money in the bank briefcase on our ass right now. Talking about, I'm not, dude, it kills me. Oh, I'm not going to play this season, man. I got a shoulder injury. It's April. Spread quarters.
Yo, what up, Mayo? It's Nutradillo.
Yo, what's up, bro?
Oh, nothing much, man.
It's my Twitch fam right here, bro. What's happening?
Yeah, nothing much, man. I enjoyed watching you on that. That was a good time.
Yeah, man, always, bro. I love Twitch. It's like its own little community. It's beautiful.
Oh, yeah, for sure. So my question to you is, everyone's so excited about this Derek Carr news or potential news that he's out for the season, but what's better than that? I mean, what's the next option?
Well, I mean, I'm sure you've been on the internet, so I'm sure you see that. I mean, everybody is watching the 9th pick now. Usually, to be honest with you, the world is like, you know, the Saints, they probably going to draft some dude from fucking Mississippi Valley Tech State, you know? And this year, it's like, dude, the Saints in such a desperate position as far as needing talent, especially at the quarterback position now, to where everybody's looking at the Saints, man, and it's looking more than ever. And I didn't even think this a month ago. It's looking more than ever. They're gonna draft a quarterback, dude. And if they don't, I'm not gonna throw my hat on the ground and be mad. Because guess what, bro? We said this months ago. Fuck it. Let Spencer Rattler run it another year, dude. See. You know, if that's the other option, just see. Who cares, bro? It's year 2, bro. It's not going to be as bad as year 1. So.
Yeah, and of course, you know, new head coach, you know, new quarterback. Let's see what happens. I completely agree.
Yeah, so, I mean, we'll see. I think this is a blessing in a way. I'm not going to sit here and say that, you know, I wish injury on Derek Carr. I don't, but he's the one that came out with it out of nowhere. We don't know how it happened. You know, if you ask me, I'd tell you he was probably jacking off to his tape in California. You know what I'm saying? And just got a little aggressive. Saw a play he really liked and just pulled it out, pulled his shoulder out. You know?
Yeah. Or, you know, he just left France, might be trying to get into some soccer. You don't need the arm anymore. You never know with this guy. It's a mystery.
My thing is, one thing I definitely don't respect about Derek Carr, one of the, you know, the several things that I don't respect about him, I don't respect how quiet he is. Okay? We were sold that this guy was a leader. He has showed me 0 leader traits. I don't remember a leader trait from Derek Carr. A leader would have been said something. Like I said, Osama bin Laden, 6th grader in middle school, sliding a note to the courier type shit, and he don't say anything. Oh, well, I'm out for not out for training camp, not out for the preseason. You know, hey, look, I might not be able to play this season, actually. In April, you know.
Yep.
Can't make it up, bro.
When Jameis Winston had a season-ending injury when we were 7-2, he was still active. He still stayed active in the community. He wasn't in New Orleans for 3-4 years. Comes back and holds the Super Bowl down. You know, during Super Bowl week, you couldn't ask for anything more.
And look, put all the community shit aside. If Derek Carr has done nothing in the community, honestly, as long as he's a good player and we can count on him, he's reliable, no problem, right? Not everybody does shit in the community. Let's just be honest, bro. I mean, there's 53 players on the football team. Not every single player does shit in the community. But not only is he not in the community, but he's also not reliable. You can't rely on this guy for nothing. For nothing, bro.
No,
this guy missed, I think, 4 or 6 games his whole career with the Raiders. He comes here, head injury, spleen injury, wrist injury, shoulder injury in April. How'd you get it? Nobody knows. Like all these different injuries. But, it doesn't take a scientist to figure out what could be going on here. He is not wanting to be here, obviously. I mean, if anybody that thinks Derek Carr doesn't read the internet, you are extremely wrong. He does. He reads it all, and he can't take it. But we can't take it. You know what I'm saying? Like, we feel the same way that he feels. We tired of the excuses. We tired of the unfortunate breaking news about Derek Carr. Like, bro, part ways. Let us go in peace. You go in peace, brother. Like, you didn't have to take that $40 million. You could have been a man and been like, hey, man, you know what I'm saying? Get me out of here by all means. And if the Saints had something to do with that, with keeping him here and paying him the $40 million and knowing that he had an injury, then fuck the Saints for that. It's fucked up. You know what I'm saying? It's a horrible decision.
Yeah, Mayo, I hope you have some peace. I'm going to clear up the line. Have a good night, bro, and I'll talk to you later.
All right, brother. Take care, man. I'm not like trying to give Mickey Lumis a pass here. Like if he knew all this and, fuck him too. Bro, I'm tired of being in this hostage situation with this guy, Derek Carr. It's ran its course. I'm exhausted. Everybody's exhausted. Nobody wants to hear another piece of news about it until they say that we part in ways. Never seen 2 Mardi Gras in 1 year in New Orleans, but I swear to you that they probably going to have a second one when Derek Carr is gone. Spread quarters.
Hey, Devin. Derek Carr should be wearing a ski mask and carrying a gun around the way he fucking robbed the Saints.
It's incredible, man. They don't give him enough credit.
Dude, he's as reliable as a fucking condom made in Haiti. You want to use that thing?
Not particularly, just off the top of my head now.
Exactly. I tell you what, I don't know what the shoulder injury is, but he sure ain't from throwing a football too much, I can tell you that.
What do you think that this injury happened from? Because everything's a secret. And that's one of the things I ain't liked about New Orleans sports the last few years. They keep, on the football side and the basketball side, they like to be so secrety. Like tell us what happened. It's been, I don't know how many days, a few days. It happened on Friday. Since we heard the news about Derek Carr being potentially out for the season. Well, what happened? Did we not, in 48 full Earth hours, did we not figure out what happened? And if you did, why you not announcing it?
Well, here's what I don't understand, okay? Last week, you kind of touched on a lot of the rumors that have been picking up about the Saints maybe taking a quarterback in a draft. So that makes me think they knew something. But here's the thing.
Right.
Like, if you knew, why keep him? Let him fucking go. Like, if you know this dude's got an injury, let him go. And I tell you what, the Saints will do some stupid shit, like move up in the draft to draft Shadour Sanders, and he ain't the fucking answer. I agree with you a little while ago when you said, keep Spencer Rattler, let him see what he can do, draft some positions around. This is not really a very strong quarterback class this year, and then maybe get one last year. I mean, the Saints have drafted a quarterback, albeit in a later round, every year for the past 5 years?
Well, and that's the thing. You got to think about that, too. I mean, we kind of, as fans, and we kind of treating Spencer Rattler like an old bike in the garage, and he's only been here a year. You know what I'm saying? So do you have... Like, my consensus on what I think most Saints fans think about Spencer Rattler is they probably about 30% confident that he could be something for the future. Probably about 30% confident. 25, 30%. Now, that's from seeing him year one with all the injuries, no McCoy, everybody's going out, Olave's going out, Shaheed's going out, all that, right? And I'd probably say that most people think Spencer Rattler's probably there's a 25% chance that he could work out as a Saints starting quarterback. But do you want to throw him to the curb already? And then you're going to bring in a rookie? Not that I'm against it. If we draft Shadour Sanders, I want to be clear. This is just another option talking about Spencer Rattler. If we draft Shadour Sanders, let me tell you something, brother. I'm putting my fucking I'm gonna be ready. I'm putting my business suit on if we draft Shadour Sanders. I'm gonna be ready because it's a fresh, clean slate. And it's with a guy who has genetically has the talent to play in the pros. I mean, you cannot deny that.
Yeah, but here's the thing, Devin. Spencer Rattler didn't have an offensive line. He didn't have any receivers that could catch the ball. He didn't have a defense that could keep him on the field. That's the difference. If they draft all these positions in need around this kid and let him play, I mean, they drafted him for a reason. The thing about him is at least he's mobile. Derek Carr's not mobile.
Right.
Shadour Sanders, I don't think is fucking that mobile. I mean, that's the thing. I say stick with Rattler. If he don't work out this year, you move up in the draft next year and get a better quality quarterback. But anyway, I'm going to open up the line. Thanks for taking the call. Who that, brother?
All right, brother. Who that? Give me a call, 504-265-0025. Obviously, we talking about the Saints news, which was a curveball. I mean, it was a beautiful 92-degree New Orleans sunshiny day on Friday. And I'm telling you, that news came out of nowhere like a crackhead on Canal. I mean, it was the most random, unexpected news. But that's the experience. I always say this. That is the Derek Carr experience. I mean, we know we've been dealing with it for 2 years. Spread quarters.
Yo, Dev, what's up, bro?
Yo, what's up, bro?
What's up? Oh, first off, on your question last week, I thought about it. I've given some consideration. I think I want to be known as Ramblin' Rev.
As Ramblin' what?
Rev, R-E-V.
Okay, sure, man. I'm going to call you Rev. Yeah.
That's cool. That's cool, too. Can I address one thing about Shadour Sanders?
Sure.
There was let me put this before I get assaulted later in the show. I love Yam Love. He's awesome. He's my favorite. But I got to disagree with his point about Shadour last week when he was snapping on him. And here's why. Shadour had the worst O-line in all of college football for his entire time there. And I don't know what he was talking about him crying. There was one time where he said one negative thing about his O-line. It was just one time thing. And I don't have a problem with that. Maybe he's trying to light a fire under them. I mean, he's running for his life back there. And I think because he grew up with Dion, he grew up rich. I kind of like that because when he's rich in the NFL, that fame and that money is not going to change him because he's used to it. And I'd be fine with Shadour because, I mean, I think he'd bring something that this team and this whole organization has missed for a while since the Reggie Bush-Drew era, which is swagger. He's going to bring some swagger. And he's going to bring when we drafted Reggie, everybody wanted to go see Reggie.
Right.
And the other part is, can you imagine Get Up, how they talk about Dallas? That would be us finally. They don't ever talk about the Saints or the Pelicans or nothing. If we have Shadour Sanders on our team, they're going to talk about us every week. I like that.
Brother,
and I know it's more about the football, but
I got to be honest with you. I agree with everything you just said. And I don't always agree with what the fuck you say. But I agree.
I know you don't. I
agree with everything. And it was well articulated. Because all that is true. All that is true. Even he's been rich his whole life, so he's going to know how to act. Damn, bro. I didn't even think of that. That's so true. That's so true.
I mean, it's true. I mean, Dion's always had him in the spotlight, so it's not like that's going to be something new to him, And he's definitely going to be in the spotlight here. He's a top 10 pick. We haven't had a quarterback that's decent in God knows how long. You're going to be in the spotlight, brother. And he's had to handle that. So I like that. And I want him. I want him. I think if the Saints passed on him, first off, we need a quarterback, period. But motherfucker, we haven't taken one since goddamn Archie Manning. Come on, bro. And that was my only thing. I'm not mad at Love, maybe, but maybe he was a little in his cup. But I like Shadour. I don't think he really only did say one thing about his O-line, and they were really, really bad. So I'll give it to him. Maybe he was trying to get those guys like pumped up. But that's all about that. As far as Derek Carr, I mean, I don't think the dude's really hurt. I think he's playing a game. I think he really don't want to be here. We don't want him here. And he's just saying that he's like he's using his leverage.
Yeah,
saying,
absolutely. It's calculated.
All right, like, yeah, it's like, all right, either get rid of me or I'm gonna just ride the bench.
And also, you know, to be honest with you, I'm so on to how he is that I wouldn't put it past him to if he forced an injury. I hate to say it, but I wouldn't put it past him if he let his kid step on his shoulder or something. You know, I do not trust this guy, bro. I don't trust it. You remember when Yamla brought up Joel Osteen a couple of years ago? Comparing him to Derek.
I remember that.
I don't trust Derek Carr more than Joel Osteen. I think that was a great comp. You know what I'm saying? I think that you just can't trust this guy, bro.
Some shiesty motherfucker that's trying to get a bunch of money, and he's got like he has this appearance of being I'm such like a God-fearing man, type of a deal.
Yeah, crackheads.
Like,
crackheads talk about that shit all the time too. Trust me, bro. Just because you just be spewing out God, I'm not sold all the time. You know what I'm saying? So
like you could say that, but
God knows, and everybody knows that humans are flawed. You know what I'm saying? Humans are flawed at the 100%. End of the day. So just because you mention, bro, I love God. I talk about God, right? That don't mean I ain't flawed. I'm flawed, bro.
100%.
So.
And you know what, Derek Carr, his moniker, his slogan should be? My actions are speaking so loud I can't hear what you're saying, because I don't hear what he's fucking saying. All I see is what's going on with the actions he's taking. You
gotta go pick up the newspaper to read about Derek Carr. Yep.
Exactly.
All right,
hey, look, I gotta. Can I say one more thing?
Yeah, go ahead.
For Hogs for the Cause, I didn't get to go this year, but last year I got so messed up on a Friday. I woke up on top of the Miss Bacon's Association. They had like a 3-story thing. Yeah. I woke up. There was another dude like 30 feet away at like 4 a.m. after partying the whole night. That's like one of the best festivals there is in this whole entire state. I swear on it, man.
It truly is, bro. Always a great time. All right, my brother.
All right, who that, brother?
Who that? Hey, I had phone calls right from the jump. I did want to start, but I guess I'll say it now. When I woke up this morning, the first thing I saw on Twitter was a tweet from Nick Underhill sharing the news about Carr and Lacey passing away. 24-year-old kid. First thing I do is I think about my mind state at 24 years old. It's the first thing I do every time. Think about my mind state at 24. It was a very undeveloped mind state. So the reason why I'm telling you this is, first of all, rest in peace. I mean, this is tragic. This is a kid that was not able to live out his future. And you can agree, disagree with how he lived his life. He's gone. And that's the tragedy in this situation. He's gone, a 24-year-old kid, gone well before he even could be matured. So rest in peace to Carr and Lacey. And to anybody who's like, oh, well, what about, the guy that Carr and Lacey, had killed in the car accident, whatever, well, I didn't know this guy. And then, of course, rest in peace to that guy, too. But I didn't know this guy. We knew Carr and Lacey because we all watch LSU football. You see what I'm saying? So, yeah, it was tragic news this morning to start the day. And imagine his parents. So, spread quarters.
What's up, Mayo?
Yo, what's up?
What's up, dog?
Not a lot, brother.
Heard the news about Carr and Lacey this morning. RIP to a LSU legend. I want to say legend, but an LSU player. Now, just to clear that up. Now let's talk about Derek Carr and his injury situation here. I think he's turning into somebody we know in the Pelicans, aka Zion.
No, I gotta stop you right there.
Okay.
Zion has done. First of all, Zion's been here longer. Okay,
True. That is right. That's my fault. Man.
Zion got here when he was 19. If I'm correct. Okay.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure you're correct. Yeah.
Right. So this goes back to what I was just saying.
Yeah.
In regards to Carr and Lacey, Zion got here when he was really young, and he got paid a lot of money when he was really young.
Oh,
and he got exposed to a lot of shit that a very small percentage of young people get exposed to, right? So that what happens is there's a seasoning process, there's a growing process, there's a mature. Although Zion has not been what we ultimately expected him to be when we drafted him number 1 overall, I can easily say that Zion has matured compared to how he was when he got here. So that's a great thing right there. Okay,
yeah, you're right.
That
was just messed up on my part.
Zion, but Zion in the community, Zion in New Orleans, Zion in New Orleans. I mean, he has shown us way better traits. And then also back to the young thing. Derek Carr's 34 years old.
Yeah, bro's unk.
This a grown man.
You're right.
Zion's still young. So
right.
That's the thing people don't talk about enough. You know, people are like, oh, well, Derek Carr, you know, he did better than Spencer Rattler. Well, yeah, he's been in the league for 11 years, and he's 34.
Yeah, obviously.
Yeah, of course he did better than Spencer Rattler.
Spencer like got some time in this year, you know, and he hasn't showed his full potential.
Yeah, so that's all I'm saying. You know, it's one thing, because look, I like Spencer Rattler. I really do.
I do too, man. I love him.
Seriously, bro. Like I will always root for this dude.
I will too. And look, I'm sorry to interrupt, Mayo, but I want to see him. I want to see Spencer perform this year. I really do.
And my thing about Spencer Rattler too that I love is that he don't say a lot. He's not on that. And what I mean by he don't say a lot, like he ain't cocky. You know what I'm saying? He ain't cocky. He's been very humble the entire way. As soon as the Carr news broke on Friday, first thing you see on Spencer Rattler's story Saturday morning is the cleats, and he's at the field and he's working.
I watched. That was pretty cool. I seen that. That was pretty cool.
So
yeah, you know what? And you know what, Mayo, you just changed my opinion on that.
Well, I'm not. And look, I'm. You know, I want you to.
It's just, I want you to view what you want. Somebody else.
Yeah, I want you to believe what you want, but I want you to, you know, if we talk about
you, Mayo, because I believe you.
If we talking about, hey, this is HTM Live, I'm going to give you my thoughts, and that's my thoughts on that.
Yeah, no, I agree with the thoughts 100%, and that too, and you know, and especially some guy that's like, you know, Spencer Rattler compared to Derek Carr. Well, Derek Carr, you know, he's getting to an age to where he's not going to be doing that. He's not going to be performing well anymore. And I think Spencer's going to be the most perfect. He's not going to be the most perfect, but a good quarterback for the Saints this year. Since maybe Derek Carr will be out for the rest of the season.
Right. All right, my brother. Oh, go ahead. My bad.
Yeah, dog.
My bad.
Hey, man. I've been watching the Twitch.
Yes, sir.
Twitch is a W.
Yes, sir, brother. We're gonna keep it going, man. And GTA 6, bro. You know it's dropping this year, so we're gonna be ready.
Hey, I'll be in the chat. If you stream tonight, I'll be in there.
All right, my brother. Well, I love that. Thank you, bro. Appreciate it.
Hey, I'm Nola Boy, by the way.
Oh, yeah. Okay, cool. All right, my dude. Yeah, you a funny
All right, later,
dude.
bro.
All right, bro. Later.
Later, bro.
Yeah, and that's the thing. I see Young Flap in the chat talk about a turnaround of character with Rattler. I mean, it's true, bro, and that's a good sign. I mean, he's still young, and to turn it around like that. Bro, I'm going to be honest with you, dude. I was a bad kid growing up. I got expelled from high school. I flunked out of college. You know, I wasn't a good teenager and all that stuff. And, bro, it probably didn't click in my head until 27, 28. But right about the time that I said, fuck it, I'm doing Hold the Mayo. That's when, like, things started clicking for me, dude. Sometimes it takes longer, whatever. But, I mean, the fact that Spencer Rattler is, you can already see the maturity. I mean, that bodes well. That bodes well for anything he's going to do in life. Spread quarters. Hello?
Yo, Mayo, it's Canadian Cohen.
Yo, what's up, Cohen?
Not much, man. How you doing?
I'm doing good, man. It's, beautiful Sunday. Watched the Masters all day. That was the quickest 4 hours of golf I've ever watched. It was amazing.
Yeah, I'm not too huge on golf. Happy Gilmore, that's about it.
I got you. Well, I'll let Rory McIlroy know that, Cohen.
Yeah, but, bro, Derek Carr is really putting my teenage years of watching Saints football into the Great Depression because this motherfucker just... How you get injured in April? How is that even possible as an NFL quarterback?
Yeah, it does seem fishy. And that's a whole nother subject right there. You know what I'm saying? Does seem fishy.
I really do think we should open up a police investigation on Derek Carr because this shit is just not adding up. And there's still not a single reason why. It just says, oh, he's injured. He's going to be out for the season most likely. Like,
Uncle Lester Cam in the chat just said, just want to remind you that Ian Book is still a free agent. Cohen, I don't even know. Do you remember Ian Book?
Yep, I remember us losing to the Dolphins like 30-0.
That's right. That was the COVID year. Yeah. Dude, yep. I was hyped about that game. I really thought that he was about to do something. It was the birthmark is what it was. He had the same thing as Drew.
Yeah, like everyone was so hyped up for it, and his whole family was there, and he just did complete dog shit the whole game.
Yeah, no, it was bad. When we were out of 57 players, but yeah, no, it was bad.
Yeah, but yeah, bro, I can't believe Derek Carr, but at least UFC was really good last night.
Yeah, how you feel about that, bro? How you feel about Patty the Baddie, bro?
Bro, I fucking love him with the passion, man.
Patty the Baddie, bro. He's the next McGregor, and he's there, bro. His next couple. He'll be fighting for a title by next year, hands down.
Oh yeah, 100%. Yeah, I feel like he'll probably fight once more this year.
Yep.
And then if he wins that, I'll say title shot 2026.
Yep. Also, shout out to my boy Sean King. He had his first pro fight. He finished it in fucking 7 seconds. On the
Damn.
Yeah. And I think Sean's 21 years old. Cohen, that should give you hope. If you want to get into mixed martial arts right now, you're 15. You got time.
Yeah, maybe I could be like Derek Lewis, sort of.
Yeah, you could be like the next Roy Nelson. Big country.
Yeah. But, yeah, I thought UFC was good. I do really like Diego Lopez. I thought that 5-round fight was really good.
Yeah. That's how you know I'm a big UFC fan, because I didn't even tell you that I lost fucking hundreds of dollars on Diego Lopez. Hundreds. Almost 1,000.
Oh, yeah, my dad had parlays on him, and he got fucked.
I was so confident in Diego Lopez beating Volk, especially after 2 knockouts for Volk. I just did not think that he had a chance, dude. It was very crazy. But you know what? I love Volk, so I'm okay. If I got to lose what was $750 to Volk winning, then so be it, dude. I love the sport.
Yeah, I like Volk a lot too. I kind of do wish Lopez won though, just because he's such a badass and he's so quick. But bro, Bryce Mitchell just got tossed around in that fight, man.
Well, of course, but I expected that. You know what I'm saying? Now I did take Jean Silva by knockout, and of course he submits him. And I'm like, bro, this night, I could already tell at that point that I was going to lose a lot of money that night.
Yeah, but yeah, it's he kind of reminded me, Silva dude, kind of reminded me like Jose Aldo a little bit, just super, super fast Brazilian, just super, super quick. But he looks like he's got
Diego Lopez, he fought Volk's game for a bit there. You know what I'm saying? Now, the last couple rounds, he started to kind of wake up, but he fought, you cannot fight Volk like that. He's too skilled. Even if he's falling off, he's going to win that fight because you let him fight his fight. You let him play a points fight, a round fight. Look, I love Volk to death, but one thing I'll tell you that I don't like about Volk, and this is why, and look, I get it, man. Volk's a funny guy, and he's definitely grown his character for sure, or his personality, whatever you want to call it. But he's a round fighter. He's always been that. He's always been a round fighter, dude. So just is what it is.
Yeah, and quick to it. He kind of goes through the rounds and slowly wins his way through them.
Correct. You cannot fight his fight.
Yeah. But, yeah, I just thought it was a really good card. But anyways, I'll let the lines up. Want to call in real quick.
All right, Colin. Well, I appreciate it as always, brother. Thank you for staying consistent and calling HTM Live.
Yeah, no problem, man. Who that?
All right, who that, brother? That's Cohen, man. 15 years old, right out of Canada. That's Cohen. Yeah, I was just sad. But when you lose, bro, when you lose a bet like that, and that was a bet that I talked about all week, and I was telling my good friend, I was like, hey, man, I'm betting a bag on Diego Lopez. But when you lose, man, you can't hang on to it for too long. That is betting, bro. That's just what it is. Spread quarters.
What's going on, Mayo?
Yo, what's happening?
Oh, man, this is like a beautiful spring day, but getting fucked up hearing some shit about the motherfucking Saints with this Derek Carr shit, giving him all this motherfucking money, but hey, you know what I'm saying? I'm breathing. I'm motherfucking breathing.
Wow. How about giving him all that fucking money for him to come out of nowhere and be like, you know what, in April. That's what kills me about it. It's the in April. It's like we have never seen, right? We have never seen a quarterback who had a shoulder. It might as well have been ripped off by a dinosaur, right? And it's like we've never seen a quarterback that had a shoulder injury that came back that we bet on. It's like almost like the same situation in a way, except Derek Carr's been here. But we bet on a guy not too long ago that had his shoulder just absolutely obliterated that wound up coming, playing, and changing the history of the entire organization. That's the difference. Derek Carr in April, I don't think I'm going to be able to play this season. In April! Go see Dr. Andrews, motherfucker. Did you do that? No, nothing.
Hey,
fuck
it's
him.
Like Mickey Lumis told all the whole Saints fans, April Fool, motherfucker. Y'all thought y'all going to have something? April fucking Fools, bitches. This shit is crazy. I'm just thinking to this point, okay, not only does he have the shoulder part, but don't we recall that they raised the prices up? Didn't they raise the prices up for the tickets this year?
I'm sure they did, but...
Yeah, you raise the prices up. You give us Kellen Moore. We don't know if he's running the team or is Mickey going to be running the team. So basically, it's a bunch of fuck you, hey, hello, goodbye. Y'all going to suck this dick all day, every day, because guess what? I can do this shit to y'all. That's basically what he's saying to us. You know that? Like, it's baffling.
Who's in this situation? In the league? Like, who is in this situation? Like, who? Like... That's why I got to give Derek Carr credit. Top con artists on the planet. Top 10. Top 10.
Okay. All right. So if you had to pick between the Browner, the Bird, and Carr, who you picking?
Wait, out of who, and who?
Oh, Browner, Bird, and Carr being the ones that screwed us the most.
It's Derek Carr for me, dude. And it's obviously because it's the most important position, but it's easily Derek Carr for me, and it's because the games he plays, and I'm not talking about football.
Yeah.
It's the games he plays.
Family, all his friends and shit. Yeah, man, he's smiling. He's in Fresno at the Nats. Man, he's just doing all this type of shit. And the Saints, I just want one good fucking year that I don't have to, I can be like, I'm looking forward to my team doing the draft and everything, and there's no fucked up shit going on. But with the Saints, it's every year, before the draft, after the draft, before the season, start of the season, it's always fucking something.
Yep.
They shove a dick in our mouth and tell us to get ready because this is coming, baby.
Yeah, they tell us to suck it for 4 months, and then they're gonna pull another one out after that, and you gotta suck that one.
I'm like right now. There's nothing they can do to make my draft more worse than it be.
I really don't. I'm like, you're number 9, and everybody keeps talking about something. Wait till next year. Why the fuck are we waiting for next year? We don't know where we're going to be in the draft for next year. People are so crazy about Arch Manning. Arch ain't come out to fucking 28 or 29. He is not coming out in a 1 year of being a starter. He's going to stay for a while. That's never going to happen. But as far as anything else, I'm just, there's nothing they can do. Everybody talking about something, they're going to hold draft. Mickey ain't never fucking did one thing. He never traded down. He always moved up. So right now, I'm just going to get me a nice couple cases of beer, give me a nice little ounce of weed, and I'm going to smoke that motherfucking day so I can calm my nerves for what the fuck they're going to do. Because you know what? You ain't going to fuck my day up on April 24th. I'll be damned with that.
Let me ask you this last question before I let you go. Do you think that there's more to what's going on with this announcement from Friday about Derek Carr? Do you think that, I mean, I'm just going to ask it straight up. Do you think that there could be some fugaziness in this?
Listen, there's always smoke before fire. Hell yes. Listen, everybody's looking at the other way around. They're looking at Derek Carr being injured and shit, the money part. It is something way more deeper than this shit. It's way deeper than this. So I'm just saying, everybody's talking about one thing, but why? How did it come out? What's the reason? Like, what's the reason for it to come out this late? This late? We're what? 2 weeks? 2.5? Maybe what? A week and a half? 2 weeks away from the draft? So what is the big deal for this? You know what I'm saying? And then the whole raising the ticket prices. Like, I feel like there's something about to happen. There's smoke before the fire. So I'm being like this: just get you a case of beer, light up, and get ready to fucking be like, my God, because it's about to be some shit. This is some funny shit, baby.
It is. This is like a sitcom. Seriously, it's a sitcom. It's a sitcom on a third season. Seriously.
Shit. God damn.
And Mickey Lumis, Lumis is like HBO. He keeps renewing it. It's like, this show sucks. You know? Like, I've watched 2 seasons of this show, and it's not good. And you keep renewing it.
Hey, to all my Saints fans out there who's talking about pick a quarterback, guess what? All y'all gonna feel like shitbirds when these bitches pick a fucking offensive lineman or a fucking defense. Well, I'll take Mason Graham. If Mason Graham there at 9, I'll go for it. But something tells me these bitches gonna move up. They are gonna trade off a couple fucking picks, try to move up, and they'll probably take a defensive tackle. I do not believe they're gonna hold a draft pick. So all my Saints fans wishing upon a star for a fucking quarterback, talking all this other shit, it's either gonna be an offensive lineman or a motherfucking project-ass defensive end, like we always said, or that's it. Ain't no fucking R. It's gonna be an offensive lineman or a motherfucking defensive edge that we ain't fucking heard about. So if y'all thinking we're gonna stay at 9, y'all can fucking shove that shit in a fucking dryer and let that shit smell, because that's not gonna happen. Them bitches finna move up and do some crazy stupid shit of a person you ain't never heard of, never thought of it. All right, Mayo, have a good night, man, and who that, baby?
All right, brother. Who that, man? That's a great caller, bro. Every time he calls, bro, I love listening to that dude talk on the phone. It's just a good call every time. Spread quarters. Yo, hey, give me 1 second. I gotta go grab a beer. You good?
Oh yeah, I'm good, bro. Get you a beer.
Yeah, you there?
Yeah, I'm here, bro. I'm here, Devin.
Yeah, what you got, brother?
Got a few things to say, bro. I mean, first off, I'm going to start by saying I think I'm going to give Clyde a chance this year. I've been saying fuck him, but ever since I've been saying that, my life been going down the drain, bro.
You see how that works?
Yeah, it's
you know, I saw Clyde Edwards-Helaire the other day at a signing somewhere. This is literally last week, and he's wearing an RB and all day. Look at this motherfucker shirt, bro. And you out here, you know,
Yeah, nah, hating on him, bro. I don't know. My life been going downward spiral. Not really, but another thing. A couple weeks ago, Canadian Cohen turned 15. Just some words of advice for him. If you want to work at Arby's, you need to make sure you set your life up to where they ain't trying to piss test you on Monday and worry about what you're doing on the weekend. You know what I mean?
Wait, Arby's does that?
Nah. He said he want to work at Arby's because they have the least amount of customers. I was just saying.
Oh, okay.
Set your life up to where you ain't got to worry about, like, I got a good job, but they still worry about what I do on the weekend. You know what I mean?
Right.
It's just bullshit.
Right.
Can't even hit the joint on the weekend because I could get fired on Monday.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
And you know what? I used to always tell people, I'm like, man, I don't know how the fuck you do that, right? But now more than ever, like, I get it, bro. Like, in fact, I've been smoking weed so long all the time that, man, I'd love to get a job that drug tests me at this point. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm trying, the next time I smoke weed, which will be later on after the show, I'm trying to get higher than what I've been the last 13. And you can't do that when you smoke every day. You got to get a job that drug tests you, because then the next time you smoke weed, you'll get really high.
Nah, bro. I've been smoking weed since I was fucking 14. I'm 25 now. I had to stop now because my pussy-ass job want to piss test me for no reason.
Yeah.
I thought I was good, but they lied to me.
That's all right.
So
You'll
I had
have
to
your
hit
day.
one of them little drinks. I hit one of them little drinks, and I passed it, but I can't smoke no more.
Yeah, it's all right. You'll have your day, bro. Just hold out, bro. It's all good. Ain't no thing.
But what I want to say though is it's very fucking convenient that this stupid fuck Derek Carr, he decides he's fucked over. He got a shoulder injury like fucking Drew Brees, and he ain't gonna be able to fucking play the season. But he just got that money. You know what I mean?
I always thought Drew Brees was a godly figure.
Nah, Drew Brees is a fucking animal.
Yeah, no, I always thought he was a godly figure. But ever since Derek Carr got here, it's times two.
Yeah, no,
it's
dude,
times two how I feel about how heavenly Drew Brees was. Because this guy is the immediate opposite. If Drew Brees is dude wipes, when you wipe your ass, if Drew Brees is dude wipes, Derek Carr is fucking K&B toilet paper. That's...
Nah, yeah, exactly. That's that. You right. Yeah, nah. Drew Brees is fucking damn near Jesus Christ for this fucking team. We got fucking Derek Carr, but I don't know, man. I hope we draft a quarterback. I hope it ain't Shadour. I hope his ass, I don't want Deion Sanders nowhere around this fucking team, bro.
Why not? When I grew up, I loved Deion Sanders, so I don't understand.
Yeah. I get it. Yeah, he was him, but I don't think he's him no more. I mean, I feel like he hyped up a fucking team of fucking mediocre motherfuckers that are about to come into the fucking draft and just disappoint. You know what I mean?
All right. I don't know. I don't know if I know what you mean, because I know that Colorado could barely win 2 games before he got there, and then he got there. And keep in mind, I mean, I know they're not playing SEC talent.
What about Dart though?
I mean,
we don't want Dart?
I'm not saying that I don't want Dart, but I'm saying it's just on this subject of Deion Sanders and what he did in Colorado. They couldn't win a game before he got there. They could barely win a game. And it's not like
he made him a lot of fucking money too.
But it's not like they play. It's not like they playing, fucking Middle. But it's not like they playing Middle Tennessee and shit. Like they playing.
Are they playing us? Are they playing LSU? Are they playing fucking Alabama? Fuck.
Okay,
no.
All right. Now I see where we at. Yeah, if you only in an SEC by the way, I mean, I know you saw who won the national championship this past year, right? What conference were they from?
Yeah.
What conference were they from? That SEC shit. Trust me, I am that motherfucker who always brings up, oh well, who they played. Oh well, SEC's always stronger. But bro, they ain't made the case for themselves lately. The SEC in football,
You're right. They got Coach O out of there. They got Nick Saban out of there.
It's not the same.
Dead.
So and now with NIL, everybody can compete. So right time, right place. Deion Sanders got there, and again, it's not like he's beating like Middle Tennessee and stuff. Like there is some good teams that he's beaten.
Hey, I will say this. Shane Gillis had a good point on that. He said, now that he got that NIL bullshit, we can all pay our players. So I guess you got a point there.
All I know is this. All I know is this. Brian Kelly better win that first game of the year. That's all I give a fuck about.
He ain't going to, dude.
Okay, well, that's it.
What are you talking about, dude? I don't even have I'm not even going to fucking tune in, bro. I'll just fucking look at it the next day. I have no faith in that motherfucker winning a fucking first game. Son.
You're not going to tune in to LSU's first game of the year?
Nah, not with Brian Kelly. Well, of course I am, bro. I'm just talking shit.
Okay, yeah, I know. I feel you. All right.
Hey, bro, you heard Scrim's new song?
Oh, the one that he just dropped.
Methamphetamine Blues?
Yes, I did.
That bitch is fucking rolling, huh?
Yes, it is. I listened to it when it dropped that morning.
Round and round.
I love it. I love hearing other people tell me about Scrim because that's
football.
What it's all about.
Let's talk about the fights yesterday. Who you had? You had Patty or you had Michael Chandler?
I had Patty by sub. He won by knockout.
He beat the shit out that fucking cheating motherfucker.
I've never seen Michael Chandler get his ass whooped like that. And Michael Chandler has been in some wars. I've never seen him. I mean, they had to stop that fight off of appearance, to be honest with you. He looked like if Patty would have kept punching him, that he might have died. That's how bad it was.
Yeah, no, he was fucked, dude. There was a point in there where it looked like he was looking up at the sky, and he was like, "God help me," you know. He was fucked.
All right, well, look, I gotta go. Caitlin in the chat, she said you're all over the place, brother, but that's all right.
I'm all over the place. It's good. It's good. Right. Shout out Scrim. Can't wait till next weekend.
That's right.
On the album drop.
Great day. Great day in October.
Can't wait on that Duck Boy. Great day. Also, hopefully, we don't get shoulder. But, hey, we'll see. Appreciate you, Devin. But, hey, I ain't on that fuck Clyde no more. I ain't on that no more.
Good.
I ain't on that.
I'll let Clyde know. All right, my brother.
Yeah, let him know.
I'll let him know. All right, dude.
Later.
Yeah, I know. It's crazy that call started with him talking about his company drug testing. That's how the call started. Spread quarters.
Yo, Mayo, I'm about to spew some information to you right now about the things that I think should happen. So with this Derek Carr thing, we knew this was going to happen. This has been Rattler's time the whole time. This is a rat-that situation. I may sound crazy right now. You may think I'm crazy. I don't want a quarterback with the number 9 pick. I don't. We don't. I'd rather take a corner, a wide receiver. This may be the craziest thing I'm going to say right now, too. A name that we haven't heard of later on in the late round. Jalen Milroe.
All right, let's talk about it.
I'm just counting things. But Kellen Moore, Jalen Hurts, I'm not trying to say Jalen Milroe and Jalen Hurts are the same, but big guys, they can run the ball. I think I can trust what Kellen Moore is trying to do. I just don't think we need a quarterback with the number 9 pick. Me personally.
I'm gonna tell you right now, dude. Kellen Moore and Jalen Milroe, they're not the same style. So that's gonna be probably what keeps that from happening. Even though I do agree with you on the NFL, like having running quarterbacks, and that's a big deal. I mean, if you look at Josh Allen, Patrick Mahomes, like when it comes down to that crunch time in games you need to win, a lot of times those two guys right there, they'll go run for it. You know, and they're not even super fast dudes. You know what I'm saying? Like they pretty fast, but they're not Mike Vick fast. Yeah. You know, so obviously that's a big thing to have, and we don't have that with Derek Carr. Spencer Rattler, I've seen him move around, but we know what we got with that. It's not like electrifying speed. That'd be my only thing that I'd probably like about Jalen Milroe, but other than that, I just don't see it happen. It's not a match with Kellen Moore.
I mean, I'm a big Rattler believer. I know a lot of fans a lot of us weren't believing in Rat, but I mean, like last year he was working with like nothing. He was working with nothing. I think we should give him a shot, even though Kellen Moore doesn't owe him anything. You know, new coach, he doesn't owe these guys nothing. But I personally think I want to see Rattler get another shot. You know, at least just for this year, just to see. You know,
my heart would like to see Rattler get another shot, but my fanhood and my soul kind of, I'm on the fence.
I mean, so what do you want now? What do you think the team should do now? What in your opinion? What do you want?
You know, I'd love to say, hey, go get T-Mac from Arizona and call it a day.
Yeah.
But you would have to have, and I'm just using him as an example. I do like him, you know, and I mean, turn on the highlights, bro. This dude catches everything. But, you know, are we in position with Rattler? We'd have to, you know, it's a risk. It's still a risk. Just like drafting a quarterback in the first round's always a risk.
Yeah.
I forget what the percentage is of quarterbacks in the first round that actually wound up doing a lot for the future, but I know it's not a great percent. Hold on, I gotta sneeze. It went away. All right. But anyway, I'm on the fence about it,
Bless
dude.
you.
Thank you, brother. I'm on the fence about it.
Yeah, me too, man. I'm kind of worried. Like, the quarterback at 9 that early, man. I don't. That to me just like you said. I don't want.
Hey, another thing I want to tell you is this. This is another thing I want to tell you. Cam Ward to me, like people like Cam Ward, first pick, absolutely. Yeah, go ahead, have a day. To me, give me Shadour over Cam Ward. So
I'm saying the same thing.
If Shadour does fall to you at 9, you got to look at that like a blessing in the sky, because to me, Cam, look, I think this is another example of the Caleb Williams, Jaden Daniels shit, right? Caleb Williams, super hyped. And I'm not saying Shadour is not, but Caleb Williams was super hyped. And I'm going to compare that to this year. Cam Ward, super hyped, solidified, first pick, blah, blah, blah. But who was the better player last year? Jaden Daniels was light years better quarterback than Caleb Williams. I think that we
100%.
could have that scenario with Cam Ward and Shadour Sanders.
I mean, yeah, I said, if we took Shadour at 9, I'm not gonna lie, I'm gonna have to eat it. You know, I'm gonna have to rock down that, like, bust down my AP perfect time. You know, but one thing that also scares me too with this team that we got, I love Chris Olave, man. I'm a huge Olave supporter. Man, these concussions, man. I'm thinking if he gets one more concussion, he's done. I think if he gets one more, he's done. That worries me.
Yeah, no, I mean, that's definitely trending towards that, but we'll see, man. I don't even want to think about that. You know what I'm saying? Because Olave is such an electrifying player. But all right, let me go. I gotta go.
Yeah, I got you. Who that, baby?
All right, who that? Hey, W chat tonight. Let me try to get to. I'm gonna let this call fly by real quick. Because I'm gonna get, and just call me back, whoever's calling. All right, DJ Trauma, my bad, bro. They're gonna pick that Marshall DN, and I'm gonna crash the fuck out on draft day. Bro, can you imagine? I'm gonna be honest with you. I'd throw a monitor. Not to, and that's the thing. Like, that would be a instinct throw of the monitor. This is not I want to throw the monitor to be cool like everybody else who was pissed about that. No, this would be I absolutely cannot control myself but to throw this monitor into the fucking wall if that happened. So, spread quarters. Hello? Call me back. Micah 504. Hating on Shadour Sanders and a player having confidence has got to stop. He is not Deion Sanders. Give him a chance. I agree. And this is not like, bro, they talk about this dude sometimes like he's like Bronny James, you know? Like, this guy is a really good football player. It's not like, and by the way, I just got a Bronny James rookie card, and I do like Bronny James. I'm not saying he's going to be an all-star, but I do like Bronny James, and he's progressed. But they be talking low about Shadour Sanders like he can't ball. I mean, I watched a game this past year where he threw it off of 1 foot with the time expiring in the fourth quarter. Threw it off his foot 60 yards to the corner of the end zone. It wasn't even Travis Hunter who caught it. It was another guy. I mean, this guy he's electrifying. Spread quarters.
Mayo.
Yo.
What's happening? First and foremost, smash that like for my boy.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. What's happening, babe?
Let me talk to you right quick, bro. Red Raven, whatever. He got his call sign tonight, man. I don't have a call sign. Some people call me the Hooter guy on the comments.
Yeah, I call you Hooters.
So Hooters, that's where we're at. That's what we're doing? That's what we're doing, right?
I love that.
All right, smash the like for Dev, smash the like for Hooters. Listen, couple things. Fuck Derek Carr. You're right. You made me piss my pants when you said his kids were stepping on his fucking shoulder. You don't want to play. What is this fucking guy doing?
No.
You don't want to play. R.I.P. Like you said, old boy from LSU is from LSU. Regardless of what he's done, what he hasn't done, families all around. R.I.P. I've called about 200 times to get in, so love the fact that people are calling in when it ain't the Saint season.
I know, that's beautiful. Devin. That's beautiful, brother. That's
support it.
You know what does that? Consistency brings that.
Yeah. And look, I applied for Arby's. The guy called earlier. I applied for Arby's the other day. They're not taking my application though. They said I can't tell people I got the meat.
What Arby's you applied at?
Metairie, bruh.
I'm gonna fucking call him this week, and I'm gonna tell him they fucked up.
Nah, because I said I got the meat.
Oh, you said that?
Yeah, well, yeah. So I said, well, what is one of your greatest assets? I'm like, well, you guys say you all have the meat. I'm bringing the meat.
And they didn't hire you?
Right.
Fuck them.
The wrong meat.
Fuck them. They're not going to be in business that much longer anyway. Fuck them.
They not, but you gotta like the cheddar melt, bro. It's good. But anyways, that's it, bro. Look, I want to call. I ain't got time to line. Fuck Derek Carr. I don't think that bringing in Sanders would be a bad thing. Like the previous caller said, it would bring some names, some hype, some money. May not work out. I'm still about to rat that. But, bro, keep doing what you're doing. I'm going to call in next week.
All right, brother. Take care and fuck Arby's.
Yes, sir.
All right, brother. Jeez, Lord, fucking Arby's wouldn't even. Uncle Lester Cam, my thoughts on the 9th pick. Mickey should either get a raw project offensive line prospect with upside or a 6-year deal that had been plagued with injuries that can get us 15 to 20 snaps a game if recovered. Brother, that sounds like the winning formula that we know. Spread quarters.
Devin, what's going on? Caleb from Fushon, brother.
What's up, brother? How you doing, man?
I'm good. I came down with a case of the type 2.
Type 2 what?
Diabetes, you remember?
Yeah, you did. Oh, yeah. Okay, yeah. Would you rather? Yeah. Would you rather?
Yeah.
There it is.
Yeah. There it is, brother.
Wait, did you actually get diagnosed?
No.
Okay,
no.
thank God.
I might. We gotta double check.
You know what I always said about diabetes?
It happens like that.
You know what I always said about diabetes because it runs in my family. Just don't go get checked, and you'll never know.
Exactly. You never know.
Yeah.
No, but we were talking about it today, me and a couple buddies, man. I said, this might sound crazy, but I'm at the point where I'd rather lose with Rattler than win with Carr.
Oh, absolutely.
Like,
I bet, dude, I was at that point. I knew this guy was going to do this to us, bro.
And that's the crazy thing. Like, I mean, it's the whole situation besides, like, he doesn't want to play. I mean, he could have a fucking hangnail and the motherfucker will say his foot snapped in half. Yeah. I mean, he's at the point where he knows everybody fucking hates him. He don't want to fucking be here. He just wants to collect a check.
That's it, man. And it all makes sense. I mean, when you get older in life, he's been playing for however many years, 11, whatever years, and he knows that it is. Bro, I mean, this is not hard to, like I said earlier, you don't need a scientist to figure this out. He is trying to collect every dollar that he can, and he's also trying to do as little as possible compared to when Derek Carr, when he first got in the league, I was a fan of Derek Carr. I thought that he slung that rock. You know what I'm saying? I remember when he beat the Saints in 2016. It was the same game where Drew Brees went to Brandon Cooks for 99 yards, for a 99-yard touchdown. I was in the Dome. And I remember Derek Carr at the last drive. I think it was his rookie year. Derek Carr, last drive, corner pass, touchdown, seconds running out in the fourth quarter to Michael Crabtree. I was like, damn, this boy, I tell you what, he's something else. We have never seen that dude. That dude has never been here, ever. This ain't Derek Carr. This is Derek Clone.
I tell you what, he make a great used car salesman. That motherfucker is a con artist.
Well, I used to be a used car salesman. I tell you right now that he wouldn't last a fucking day on the lot. Okay, he's got too much excuses.
That's a good point. Nah, man, it's crazy to me. I mean, we could have saved 30-something million if we would have just released them.
You know,
I forgot the number.
Yeah, I always run into like technical difficulties trying to figure that out, but I know that we, no matter what, even if we would have lost 10 million more getting rid of, I think we would have been better off. Yeah, he's holding the team hostage.
That's what I'm saying. It's a morale thing at this point where, like, the locker room, I feel like those guys literally have a weight on their shoulders and they're literally carrying that motherfucker. And he weighs about 2 fucking tons. I mean, he's just a pain in the fucking ass, man.
That's what he is. He's like a bad neighbor. You know what I'm saying? Every time you go outside to check the mail, you know what I'm saying? This guy's complaining or telling you about.
He's the neighbor, man. He's a mayor that parks behind your driveway and you can't even get out.
Right.
Like, he's that type of level.
That's right. He ain't a left or right neighbor. He's a cross the street neighbor is what he is.
Exactly. And he's always in your fucking driveway. And he's like one of those HOA people that's like, oh, your grass is 4 millimeters too long. I'm making a report or something, just out of pocket. He's one of those people.
Exactly. And at the same time, Derek Carr is one of those guys, like we've all worked with one of these guys. He'll go sit on the toilet just to let the shift go by. You know what I'm saying? Like he ain't even got a shit. He's just sitting on the toilet so where the shift hours will run out.
Yep, scrolling on Reddit, something, just burning time, whatever he can do. He's one of those, for sure.
That's him.
Yeah, but I mean, maybe they do get a quarterback at 9. I mean, I know you mentioned Dart. I think he might be the Bo Nix of the draft. He might be one of those guys. I think he kind of could fit the scheme. I know we talked about Shadour last week and all that, and then potentially moving back. But now, I mean, with this coming out, I kind of feel like it's quarterback, right?
Yeah, it just feels like it's probably going that way, but every time it ever felt like that,
they did something crazy.
It always went the opposite. I mean, I could have swore that we were going to draft Lamar Jackson. I could have swore that we were going to do it, and we didn't. I could have swore that we were going to get Patrick Mahomes. Something happened the way he got drafted pick before us, so.
But the way I'm kind of thinking about it, like just with Kellen Moore, is that maybe he's coming in and he's pulling a little bit of his own weight, saying like, hey, this is my first year. I got to go get a guy and build on that.
I see a comment by John B in the chat right here. Carr got paid more than what Rodgers would have cost the Saints. Let me tell you, both Carr and Rodgers, I compare them both at this point to like having a fart in a mason jar. It's just a bad. It's bad.
Well, the thing with Rodgers, bro, do what you want. I mean, he's a grown man, but you're trying to play ball and you're going out on freaking Owasaka trips and shit and podcasting and talking about the times you were taking this, that, and the other. I mean, he's in his 40s. I can't take him serious anymore.
There it is. I was waiting for it. I see my boy in the chat, booed in the chat. Wish we would have signed Baker Mayfield. Bro, when I was first of all, I've always been a Baker Mayfield fan since he was at fucking Tech. All right, so I've always been a big Baker Mayfield fan, and when I said one thing about Baker Mayfield during that free agency, bro, I had so many people commenting, oh, wow, fuck you don't know ball, blah, 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 blah. Bro, I even had a motherfucker tell me I'm racist, you know what I'm saying, over just wanting Baker Mayfield. And I'm going to tell you right now, all them motherfuckers were wrong, and I hope they sleep terrible tonight, because Baker Mayfield was the guy that they should have got, would have got a way better deal, and he can get to the playoffs. So,
Baker's nice. He's just a great competitor. You know, when you're getting that type of guy, you're getting 15 minutes every single quarter. He's never quitting. He's never stopping. He's getting the team going. I'm a big Baker Mayfield guy. I like him. He's just a competitive freak.
Look, bro, he got ran through the dirt, bro. He got ran through the dirt.
He went to Cleveland.
Bro, but what I'm saying is like the social media was on him so badly for like 2 years. They were just ripping him up. You know, ever since and look, I love OBJ to death. I really do, bro. I love this dude to death. But whenever OBJ's dad released that thing about him not throwing the ball to OBJ, the internet was never the same to Baker Mayfield. And I thought it was fucked up because there's no fucking way that this guy, the competitor that he is, was not looking towards OBJ to throw him the ball. Like, that was the narrative. And he never could, like, he just got ran through the dirt after that, dude. And I'm happy for, even though it's in our division, I'm happy that he prevailed that because every human deserves a chance to prove some bullshit wrong. And that's what it was. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm glad he went on the Colin Cowherd show and made him look stupid because Colin Cowherd's a bum.
Yeah, he is. I wouldn't pump $5 of gas next to fucking Colin Cowherd. I'll tell you that right now.
Yeah, that dude's a bum. I can't stand him. But anyway, man, I'll let you go, brother. I'll open up the line. Have a good night, man, and have a good rest of your week.
All right, my brother. Take care. Hey, do me a favor, man. First time asking tonight. 349 viewers. I love it. We in April. You know what I'm saying? So that's beautiful. And if y'all got a little time, hit a like on the stream, help the stream out, get it out there to more people, to where more people can see what's going on with HTM Live, bro. A lot of people just think that I eat red beans every Monday. They have no fucking clue. You know what I'm saying? Been doing this show for 5 years. I'm never gonna stop, and it's because of this. It's because of the chat. It's because of the chat. Look at the chat tonight, bro. In April. You think this chat's fucking pumping or what? Spread quarters.
What's up, man? It's Bayou Brad. What's happening?
Yo, what up, Bayou Brad?
Rough day in the Bayou, man, but we will prevail. You feel me? Rest in peace. But all right, so let's get down to the nitty gritty. Derek Carr is the worst con man there ever will be. He's up there with Brett Favre. He's he's worse than Brett Favre. Brett Favre defrauded the state of Mississippi out of millions, and Derek Carr is doing the same thing to the state of Louisiana. You feel me?
Oh, and I feel it. Pause, but I feel what he's doing.
It's terrible, man. It's terrible. I mean, and look, the pick at 9, this guy who called you earlier talking about Jalen Milroe got to be smoking some good dope. And Jackson Dart, you take the 9th pick on either one of those guys, then Mickey Lumis just needs to be fucking fired. Period. If you're gonna go if you're gonna go quarterback at 9, it needs to be Shadour, and that's bottom line. Period.
I agree. I gotta agree. If you go quarterback at 9, it needs to be Shadour, and you need to look at that like a blessing. Because again, I'll go back to what I said 30 minutes ago. A lot of people, hey, Cam Ward certified, first pick, blah blah blah. If I gotta say I watched Cam Ward and bet on him a lot of times at the end of last year, and shit was not sweet. Don't get me wrong. I think he's got a lot of talent, and I think that he does things that a lot of quarterbacks usually don't do. But if you got to ask me, hey, Cam Ward, Shadour Sanders, I like Shadour Sanders more. And maybe that's not all to do with on football field play, but if you want to talk about somebody like in the locker room, somebody people will believe in, somebody that people rally around, I mean, this locker room, bro, we have Cam Jordan going on TV shows saying that he believes that this team with a healthy Derek Carr could do something. That's the problem right there.
That is the problem, man.
I am sick of swallowing fibs. It's fibs. It's not true. And we got guys that we love. We love Cam Jordan. You know, this guy's been here forever. And it hurts to see a guy go on TV and say, yeah, I think with a healthy Derek Carr, like, we all right. Like, bro, that's not true. We need a new soul to come in here and eliminate that aura. It's like burning an incense stick. Burn it, bro, because these dudes ain't thinking right now, bro. How could you think that this team, as is good enough? It's not.
There's no way. There's no way Derek Carr wins a playoff game. There's no way he wins a division. There's no way he moves this this franchise forward in the future, period. There's just no fucking way. You know what I mean? You bring in a guy, people might talk bad about Dion, all right, but Dion is not Shadour. Shadour is not Dion. Shadour went to Jackson State with all of the hype, with all of the eyes on them, and what did he do? He fucking won, right? They go to Colorado, all the hype, all the eyes, all the attention. What did he do? He ain't shy away from none of that. They fucking won. More games than Colorado won in the last 10 fucking years before they got there. So if you want to draft a quarterback at 9, it's got to be Sanders, period, and in the fucking debate.
I agree, bro. I agree.
All right, D, I'll let you open up the lines, man. Get to everybody else. Who that?
All right, who that? I'm just tired of, like, bro, we ain't got to lie. And especially, I mean, it's 2025. You know what I'm saying? If taking the high road and saying the right thing was the right thing to do in 2015, bro, I get it. But we are a much more transparent country at this point. We definitely a much more transparent state. So when you got, Hall of Famers, Saints, saying, hey, I think we good with a healthy Derek Carr, when we know that is not true. That's what we need to eliminate from this franchise. Not just this franchise, but also the basketball team as well. Same thing. Like, stop telling me when we in hell, oh no, I think that if we go with this same hellacious team again, we got good guys. We almost there. That's wrong. Eliminate it. Somebody needs to come in and say, hey man, you just fucking wrong. Spread quarters.
I agree, man. I totally agree, man. I totally agree with that. When I heard that, when the news broke Friday, obviously you think a couple things. Like, it was odd, the timing, 4:00 on a Friday. It was weird. And then I think about this. Is it coincidence that maybe Cam said that on Good Morning Football on Thursday? Oh, yeah, we're good. And then they dropped that news. My question is, the common denominator for the problem is Lumis. It's Ben Lumis. We've got all these flaring things. He's like, I don't know if you remember, when I was a kid, I would watch Warner Brothers, Bugs Bunny, and they had a short where it was a cat with 9 lives. And the first time he's real scared. Well, then he dies. Then after that, he dies and he comes back. Then he starts getting reckless because he's like, shit, I got 9 lives. I'll run out in front of the road. I feel like Lumis is like, oh, fuck it. I'm invincible. I can do whatever. Because think about it. When Carr got hurt, it looked like it was shoulder. How did it? That's been, how long ago is that injury? And
well,
so what do they know?
Yeah, I thought he hurt his wrist. So
no, he did. What I'm saying is when he originally did that, when they were holding him, I did think wrist, but it did look like it was shoulder because like he couldn't move his arm. And I mean, I understand the wrist, and maybe that's true, but that's not really my point. My point is that you would have thought they would have done a full analysis and know exactly at that point, whenever that was in December or whenever, they would have known exactly what was going on. They should have known if there's an issue, unless it came later. My question is, did Kellen Moore, when he took the job, was he disclosed that this was a thing? Did he know? I mean, because what Nick Underhill said is from his idea that they weren't surprised.
And that goes, yeah. All right, this is great that you're talking about this. So that goes back to what I think is a major problem in New Orleans sports right now, whether it's the basketball team or the football team. It's the not disclosing things to the public. And they could say whatever they want about why they don't disclose it to the public, blah, 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 blah. Guess what, motherfucker? This is one of the most loyal fan bases in the NFL. I mean, it's been that way. It's April. It's not like we in season, anything like that. Like, to be shady, and the Pelicans really do this with the injuries, big time.
Oh, yeah.
And the Saints are now doing it, as well. I mean, I remember when Sean Payton was here, like he would do that because that was a Sean Payton thing. He don't tell you nothing about injuries.
But he was controlling the competitive advantage.
But when you were in such a hole that you are in right now as the Saints, right? And to be shady about injuries, to not disclose an injury to your quarterback I mean, this guy is the most important guy on the field and also the most paid guy on the field. What are we doing?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? If you've known about this for 2 months and you didn't talk about it and you just decide to announce it on this 92-degree Friday in New Orleans, what's going on? You know?
Yeah.
I put my soul into this team. You know what I'm saying? I think about this team every day. Yeah.
Yeah.
So why are we being this way? Also, we from New Orleans. Like, this is fucking not how people are down here, bro. You know, nobody keeps a secret down here, bro. I could tell my best friend, hey, do not say this to anybody. He probably gonna go say it. You know, it's just how we are.
If somebody, you're going to be, how the fuck does the whole town know that?
Right.
Because it's New Orleans.
Right.
But my biggest problem is Lumis, like, obviously, I mean, look, the hiring DA and signing Carr is probably one of the biggest disasters in the franchise.
Oh, to me, biggest one in franchise history. And look,
I agree with you. And we've had some bad years and bad things and bad coaches.
Yeah.
But he signed two of the worst things that hurt this franchise for the last 4 years.
Right. I mean, we signed Jeff Blake. He wound up getting hurt after 8 games, and then Aaron Brooks stepped in. You know, but we had a solution. We moved on quick, right? It's not like we came back, you know, talking about, hey, how can we get Jeff Blake back into things? No, we went with Aaron Brooks.
But he's in charge, and he's in charge, and he made one of the worst decisions that I think other GMs would be fired for. You know, he made a horrible decision in that coach and then doubling up on the quarterback after he had enough information for the coach that he should have said, we probably need to move on.
And then
he just doubled up and got the quarterback.
And I think that's the thing that everybody's so exhausted on is the doubling up, the doubling down. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, how could you?
But that makes no sense because they've spent all this. So maybe they had to redo the contract because maybe they had no other way to clear up the money, and they're still sitting on $28 million. Maybe they knew it, but it's still, if you don't tell the fan base, we're all just left here, why are you making us think that, oh yeah, we think we're close again? Because you're signing players and doing shit like you're spending money like you think you're close to at least winning the division. Let's not say close to anything else. But it doesn't make any sense. Now you know this. Well, this is a total rebuild. If this is the case and we're going with, even if it's a rookie, no matter who it is, like we're in a bad situation now at quarterback. And we were not in the good one before.
You Happy Beauty in the chat. Just wondering if anybody mentioned Derek Carr and his brother started a YouTube channel. He posted 6 days ago with no shoulder injury, by the way, driving his Bentley. And then also a follow-up comment by John B. Not only that, in caps, he put, his brother mentioned faking an injury on that same new podcast. This ain't a coincidence, in caps.
Yeah, maybe. But I will say this. Drew Brees, we see him. He tells that he can't even throw with his right arm. He looks fine when we see him in interviews. He's around. He can't even throw. So maybe I
agree. I agree.
Yeah. I mean, to be able to throw the football may not be the same thing as just.
I don't want to be unrealistic, but I also want to be truthful in saying that we exhausted. So I don't care if he hurt his nuts and he can't walk anymore.
Yeah.
We are exhausted.
We're tired of this. That he hasn't been around. It's just too many smoking guns, too many things. And I just want to say this because as I get off, I was heartbroken today over the Carr and Lacey news. I understand people get in trouble, but if you look at suicide rates for young men, it's way too high. And I understand he had complicated things and getting in a wreck like that and maybe killing somebody. And even if, like the news people said that maybe there was some evidence that he maybe wasn't as responsible, my heart goes out as a dad that has a 23-year-old close to his age. I just reach out to people. I mean, it's just, life is fragile. And it just hurts my heart. And that's all. And I appreciate what you do, Mayo.
Thank you, brother. I appreciate it, man. I agree with you, man. So, all right, man. Have a good one.
You too.
24 is just too young to go. You're just not fully developed yet mentally, for sure. You know what I'm saying? I know people say a certain age and shit. Sometimes it takes till you're 30, bro. Like I said, bro, I made horrible decisions most of my life until I was probably 27, 28. Spread quarters.
What up, Snowman?
Yo, what's good?
It's your boy Trippy in this motherfucker.
Trav, what's good, babe?
What's good, big dog? Hey, look, I just want to say, if the Saints don't draft Shadour, we're in fucking trouble.
Yeah, I mean, it just seems like you probably should do it.
We're in trouble because, look, I love Rattler. I love Rattler more than most people in the motherfucking city. But I'll just say, if we go with Rattler, then we're in for another 17 games of mediocrity, right? And I don't know if this city's prepared to take another 17 games of mediocrity, especially with the Pels the way they are right now, and especially if the Pels don't get Cooper flagged. So I want to shift subjects from the Saints. I know we've been talking about the Saints for a lot, but we're going on to the Pels now, all right?
Yeah, I'm down. Let's do it.
So what you think about our chances of getting Cooper flagged? Where do you think we're at? I know we're probably going to be in the bottom 4, right? So we got a 25% chance of getting number 1. But if we don't get Coop, what the fuck do we do?
I'm going to tell you this right from the jump. I think tomorrow, all being odd day, I think it's going to be an eventful day for the Pelicans, right? I think that a lot of people are gone. And it may not happen tomorrow, but I think David Griffin's gone. I like Willie Green. I think he's gone too. I like him. I've never liked somebody that was so not a winning coach than what I like Willie Green. So it says a lot about him personally. You know what I'm saying? But I think there's a lot of changes coming. I think it started with trading Brandon Ingram, who another guy.
Mistake.
I was about to say,
we
another
traded
guy.
Brandon Ingram for a bag of we traded Brandon Ingram for a bag of Zapp's potato chips and some crispy, crunchy chicken.
And that's
what we traded Brandon Ingram for.
And that's another guy that, you know, I love that dude, you know, so I hate to see him go. But when it comes down to it, bro, Brandon Ingram, Zion Williamson, and DeJounte Murray didn't play one game together this year.
How crazy is that? We had the basketball terrorist, excuse my language, CJ McCollum.
Yeah.
Just throwing up 30 bombs a night. People say, oh, CJ McCollum, he scored 25 points a night. Dude was putting up 30 shots a night. So how impressive is 25 points on 30 shots? You tell me. You know what I mean?
It's just like, it's time to start looking for, you know the best way I can put this? This is your chance to get the next Zion. And this is nothing against Zion, because I want Zion to be here. I still, you know what I'm saying? Love Zion.
I will wait for Zion.
Yeah. Still want him to be here, all that. Start looking for your next Zion. People always say, hey, rebuild around Zion. No. Start looking for the next Zion, the next bigger thing than Zion. Because that's what it's going to...
brother Cooper flag, Dev.
That's what it's going to take. It's going to take looking for not somebody to work with Zion that's not as good as him. No, you need to go find somebody that's just as good as Zion. And you're going to be in that position this year, so let's see.
So do you think we're going to be in top 4 for real?
You never know with that NBA draft lot. I mean, we know that better than anybody. We were not supposed to be able to draft Zion. We were not supposed to be able to draft Anthony Davis. Remember that?
I remember that. And we got AR. We got AR at what? Like top 6? Something like top 10?
Who are you talking about?
We got Rivers.
Yeah, no, that was like a number. He was like number 11. He's like number 11 or something. But yeah, no, like that was the same draft. But like, dude, we were not supposed to be the lottery pick. And I remember watching the countdown. I'm like, no. I mean, at this time, Anthony Davis out of Kentucky, this was like...
He was a freak.
Bro, to have the chance to draft him was magical, right? And we were not supposed to be in that position, and it happened. So you never know. Like, out of any draft, out of any sports, the NBA draft lottery is so, like, random in a way. It is.
It is. 100%. But I remember seeing whenever it said, and the number 1 pick goes to the New Orleans Pelicans, Zion and RJ slapped each other, and we're like, no fucking way, dude. Like, no fucking way. So I just don't want that same thing to happen with Cooper, where Cooper, he talks to his agent, because can't they do it now to where they can go back, right? They can declare for the NBA draft, but then they can go back. Is that a thing?
Oh, I don't think that's going to happen. I've never. Wait, declare for the NBA draft, get drafted, and go back?
No, not get drafted, but I'm saying, like, they can declare for the draft, see who's got number one, and then they can go back.
No, there's got to be something in place to where they can't do that. No way.
I don't know if that's, like, I don't know if that's just for, like, football. I don't know, dude. I swear I saw that somewhere. That may not be a thing, but if we get number one, and then Cooper Flag's like, nah, I'm going to go back to Duke for $7 million NIL, because Duke's a private university, right? So they don't have to disclose how much they're paying Cooper Flag to come back.
Don't think about this, dude.
I'm thinking about it, Dev. I'm thinking about it, bro, and I can't stop thinking about it because I was a Pels season ticket holder for 3 years. This past year, they shafted me.
This had to be the worst year to be a Pels season ticket holder ever. 61 losses? Jesus, God.
No, and I'm happy. I'm happy they shafted me.
Yeah, I would be, bro. I mean, you know how much that is, like, buy a whole season of, like, good tickets. You know, I don't care what you going to watch, motherfucker. You could be going to watch midget wrestling. You buy a whole season of tickets. I mean, it's a lot of it's a lot up front. You know what I'm saying? I'd be pissed.
Right. So they shafted me, bro. They sent me that renewal email, right? And so I kind of waited a little bit to kind of see where we were at, who we signed, who we traded for. We made the move for DeJounte. I called the season ticket office and said, hey, I want to renew my tickets. They said, dude, sorry. We gave your tickets to somebody else. I said, what the fuck? I've been a season ticket holder for 3 years. You guys are going to shaft me like that? They said, oh, sorry, man. We can offer you some other tickets in the upper levels. I said, bro, what the fuck? So I'm happy they shafted me. But if they do that again, you know what I mean? Like, if we get Coop, and I try to call, and they're like, oh, yeah, sorry, there's that. They're raising the prices, too, right? They're raising the prices for the Pels and the Saints. How the fuck are they going to do that after we had the 2 worst seasons in the last 20 years?
They're going to tell you it's tariffs.
Tell them they can tariff these motherfucking nuts. That's what I got to say.
Yes, Lord. All right. All right, brother. Yeah, I love it.
All right, Dev.
All right, dude. I'll holler at you.
All right, bro. Later.
I gotta piss like a racehorse, dude. I might have to just go piss because we had an hour 30. So I never do a show this long, but we just rolling right now. Sprite quarters. Hello.
Hey, what's up? What's up, Mayo?
I gotta piss like a racehorse.
Word? You got time for a call or no?
Yeah, but you're going to have to hang on because I really got to piss bad, bro. I got to piss like I just drove to Gulf Shores.
All right, do your thing. I'll
just hang on the phone and tell you live, so just tell the people who you are while I'm gone. Just give them the whole background. Tell them your whole life story.
All right, hell yeah. It's your boy Danny Riot from Plaquemines Parish, Belle Chase, down in Buras. Anyway, this whole thing with Derek, I moved up to North Carolina from Katrina. But anyway, the whole Derek Carr situation, if you read the news, it says Derek Carr potentially out for next season because he might have to have surgery. So all this is just, he's not going to be a backup quarterback. So he's got 1 foot in on the Saints and he's got 1 foot out. He's keeping his options open. Because if they draft Sanders, he's not going to sit back up, and he's probably not really going to want to be the veteran he should be. So I think he's just kind of watching to see if he gets any trades, who they draft, and then he's going to be like, oh, I'm straight. I don't need surgery, whatever. And if it's not how he wants it to look, then he's going to have the quote-unquote surgery or whatever the fuck. So that's my take on the Derek Carr situation. He's just keeping, like I said, he might be out. He might have to have surgery. It's no definite. We don't know anything. He's told his agent, yo, I don't know if I want to go back to New Orleans, just all this shit. let's get past the draft. Let me think, whatever the fuck. Because we all know he don't want to be in New Orleans. So I think he's just buying time with that. So I wouldn't even put any stock into whatever he's, what's going on with all that. It's changing like the tariffs with Donald Trump, like daily. But that's what I see with the whole injury situation with Carr. He's just buying his time, chilling. All comes to worst, I don't think he wants to come back to New Orleans, but I don't know. Either way, now he's got the nation a little bit prepped of, I might not be back, I might have surgery, and that kind of just leaves his door, his options open.
Hey, what's up, Danny?
What's up?
Not a lot, bro. Just got back from pissing. What you been talking about, dude?
I just finished up. But nah, so I was saying how the news article that I read, it always says Derek Carr might miss the season. He might have surgery. I'm thinking this, because Derek Carr's not going to be a backup quarterback. I'm thinking he's just buying time after the draft to see what it looks like. Maybe there's a trade that he can go somewhere else. But this puts him in a position where he's kind of prepped the nation, the NFL, like, hey, I might not return back, because he wants to see what, it's going to look like here in a couple months. You know what I mean?
Talking about Derek Carr?
Yeah.
He wants to see what we going to look like here in a couple months?
Yeah, he wants to see who we draft. He wants to see if maybe we get some trade calls. And then, if he gets traded to some team he wants, he's not going to have the surgery, quote unquote, that he needs. You know what I'm saying? Because that's what they all say, is he might need surgery. He could miss the next season. And we don't even know what it's about. So it's just, I think his agent just, get on the phone with somebody, just trying to buy some time to kind of see what the picture of next season will look like. Because he's not going to sit behind no one, and he probably don't want to sit in New Orleans and even be a vet toward Sanders or whoever. You know what I'm saying? So I think he's just kind of buying time, chilling, and kind of seeing how it's going to play out.
Okay, let me ask you this. What has Derek Carr done the last 2 years to be able to sit back in his drawers? Because that's the visual I got. I got him sitting in the recliner in his drawers, watching fucking Family Guy. And I doubt he even watches that cool of a show, right? And be able to sit back and be like, hey, I'm going to wait and see what happens. Who in the fuck does this guy think he is? Because he's not him. He's a top 25 quarterback in the league right now. It's getting hot. It's getting low every time we talk about it. He'll be a top 30 by the next time I talk about it. Who the fuck does he think he is to be able to sit? If that is the case, sit back and wait for what the Saints do. By the way, this goes back to what I always say. We were sold that this guy was a leader. Is that a leader?
Exactly.
So if that thing right there is what opens up the entire conversation, in which, hey, Derek Carr may think this is crazy. This opens up the whole conversation on why I think Derek Carr's a con artist. Okay? Because what has he done to feel that way? You see what I'm saying? What has he done to feel that way, to where he could sit back and watch? Also, we were sold that he was a leader. Is that traits of a leader? You think, I got to go back to Drew Brees because it's the only guy that we know that we can compare this to, right? You think Drew Brees would ever sit back and be like, let me see what this team does, man? You know what I'm saying? No. That's why he's not a leader. So that's a lie, right? He's a con artist. More than he's...
Right, and that's what that's what he's doing. He's hustling the Saints, period.
Yeah, and that's why he can't walk around the city. Because that's why he can't walk around the city, right there. That's why. People are like, oh, well, everybody's so mean to Derek Carr. Well, you want to know why? This. Right here.
Yep.
This right here. That's why he can't walk around the city. We take this personal, bro. Super disrespectful. We ain't got time for this. Go play with somebody else.
I'm amen to that, man. Amen to that. You missed the beginning when you're pissing, but yeah, I'm from Plaquemines Parish. Katrina brought me up to Carolina. You know, Saints is my shit, but I'll clear up the line. But that's just my take. I think he's sitting back, seeing what the draft does, and kind of being a fucking hustler. You know, like I said, like you said, just watching fucking American Dad, just chilling, counting his money, hustling the Saints. Might hustle him some more. He might, whatever. You know, he's gonna get what he can get. I know he don't want to be back down here. You know, we all know that. But
you know, look, I appreciate it, bro. It's definitely a different viewpoint. I'm glad you shared it with us. Seriously, bro.
Yeah, I've been thinking about that the last 2 days. But yeah, that's kind of my take on it.
All right, brother. Well, have a good one.
All right, you too, man.
All right, man. I don't know what happened on the beginning of the call because I was pissing, but sounds like it's not like he didn't talk. You know what I'm saying? And that's why I wanted to give him an opportunity. If I ever got to go take a piss, I'm just going to let the caller talk. Sprite Quarters.
What's up, brother? It's Whiskey here.
Yo, what's up, bro?
Not much, man. I just wanted to keep it, short, sweet tonight. Anyone listening out there, especially in LSU, a lot of people are affected by what happened to Carr and Lacey recently. And, I'm a military veteran myself, and I know I've seen it firsthand how important it is, mental health. I've had close friends that I've almost lost just due to it. So make sure you're talking to your people because you never really know what they're going through. That's all I got for you tonight, brother. Thanks.
All right, brother. Thank you, man. And also, just in general, I think more people need to keep in mind, I'm 32, and I think it's my duty to keep in mind the age of somebody and the development of the brain maturity and, all that stuff, bro. Again, I can't say it enough, bro. My decisions when I was 24 years old were awful. They were awful. They were awful decisions, man. Even all the years before that, just constantly making bad decisions. Trust me, bro, I could sit here and go in detail, but just know that I did not develop in like a, hey, I'm here on this earth for this amount of time type mentality until I was close to 30. Spread Quarters.
Yo, Dev.
Yo.
Hey, it's Chris from, I'm from Fort Benning, Georgia. I'm calling, first-time caller.
What's up, brother?
Hey, good, man. Hey, I just want to call in and say shout out to Carr and Lacey, rest in peace. That was kind of shitty news to wake up to. But besides that, dude, how do we go from Derek Carr shutting down a restructure to say, check the tape, to now finding out he has shoulder surgery, and now we fucked on a quarterback until the draft, potentially.
Yeah, right. It's like, that was just like almost 2 months ago, the way, he said to check the tape thing. Remember,
like,
it was a
that's crazy. How you going to check the tape when he's not even checking the shoulder? You know what I mean? Like,
right.
That ball was crazy.
It's so true. So true, dude. It's like, what happened? What happened, brother? Do you sleep? Do you sleep? Like, do you sleep on one side every night and you just slept on it for too many years and now it's, what happened? What happened to give you this, not this shoulder injury that'll keep you out for training camp? By the way, it's April. So, come on, man. May, June, July. It's about at the end of July, it's when training camp starts. And so you telling me 3 months before training camp, 3, that you think that, or whoever does your diagnosis, they think that you're going to be out for the entire 2025 season. That's what he's telling me right now.
Yeah, and it played right into Lumis. Dude, re-signing this dude, and then we'll lock him up for like what, $60 million until 2026 or something like that.
It's $40 million already paid or gonna get paid on June 1st. I can't remember which one, so that's done. Nothing you can do about it.
$40 million for a guy that's played what, less than a season?
Yeah, he's not
in total games. I'm talking about across the 2 seasons. Like less.
He's not dependable. He's not dependable. Even when we almost had a shot to somehow, miraculously, get into the playoffs this past year. Somehow. We had a chance, right? He goes and falls on his head. So, this guy is the biggest liability in Saints football history, in my opinion.
And then we got Lumis. Then we got Lumis. You know what I mean?
Right.
It sucks because you got Derek Carr, and then to double down, you got Lumis, who plays right into that hand of whatever Derek's going to fucking pull for the week.
Yeah, I don't know I don't know why. There's got to be something. Lumis is a numbers guy, so always think about that first, right? Got to think about that first. Don't think that like Lumis is like a players guy. You know what I'm saying? He's a numbers guy.
No, yeah, I agree. He's not a players guy.
So he's a numbers guy. So there's something about what he's doing with Derek Carr that I'll honestly admit, it's over my head. It's over my head. I don't understand it. But something he's doing has to be a benefit. It has to be, or he's a fucking psychopath. Mickey Lumis is a psychopath. Right?
Mickey Lumis is a fucking psychopath. That's what it is.
All I'm saying is he has to know something I don't, that we don't.
Yeah. Hey, not to deflect, I wanted to ask you about MMA. I was watching the fight last night, and dude, Volkanovski, for the first 3 rounds looked good, and then Lopez just took over. I'm gonna be honest.
And I'm gonna tell you, Volkanovski looked good those first 3 rounds, and a lot of that's in part to Diego Lopez not pushing forward. You know,
I know. Yeah, once he started advancing, pushing him back, and then Volkanovski was like, "Fuck."
Because if you look at Ilia Topuria, he didn't waste no time, right? He went right after his ass, got him out of there. You know what I'm saying? Like, he
looked healthy though in the first 3 rounds. Like Volkanovski, his power is back. Like it was crazy.
Yeah, but Diego played Volk's game them first 3 rounds, hands down. Yeah. Played his game like he had never seen Volk fight before.
Yeah.
Can't do it, bro.
Lopez got that chin. Lopez got a chin on him.
Absolutely. And there's levels to the UFC, bro. Like, you got a guy like Volk who has fought Max Holloway 3 times. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Like, that alone, right there, this guy, there's levels to this shit, right? He made Max Holloway look like he didn't even belong, right? So, there's just levels to it, and Diego played into the game, and by the time Diego woke up, it was too late.
True. Yeah, true. But hey, I appreciate him opening up the line. I want to say shout out to my family in River Ridge, and good hearing you, brother.
All right, my brother. Take care, man.
All right, man. All right, see you. Bye.
We pushing 2 hours on this show. I don't think there's ever been an HTM live that was 2 hours, ever. Spread quarters.
What's up, Mayo? It's AG, the stat guy.
Yo, what up, AG?
Good to see you again, man. How you been?
Been all right, man. What you got? Man, you got a good staff for me?
I mean, other than the fact that Derek Carr is having a bigger robbery than some of the contracts the Pelicans give out back in the day with, like, Omer Asik, man, it's horrible.
Oh, my God. It might be the worst contract in New Orleans since Omer Asik. Oh, my God.
I'm sorry if I said his name completely wrong. I thought it was Omer Asik, but I don't know.
No, I probably said it wrong.
It's all good. But man, and I heard this call earlier about Jackson Dart, Jalen Milroe. I'm gonna say this right now: we draft either of them, I've lost all hope for the Saints. Because I'm gonna be honest, I was never impressed with Jackson Dart in college. I never was.
There's one game that sticks out to me, and it was the game that I went to, and it was in Ole Miss, and it was not last year, but it was the year before. Jaden Daniels was still here. I went to the game LSU against Ole Miss in Ole Miss, and I could tell you that Jackson Dart, he went throw for throw with Jaden Daniels, and they wound up winning the game. We were up by 10 with like 2.5 minutes left, and they wound up somehow winning the game. It's the greatest game I ever seen Jackson Dart play. I'm serious. It's the greatest game I ever seen Jackson Dart play. So that sticks in my head. That sticks in my head. But no, for sure, like Shadour Sanders, if he's at 9, brother, I just don't see how you don't draft him. I got to be honest.
Yeah, man. It also sucks this time of year because
I mentioned the Pelicans, 61 losses. Oh my god,
61.
And well, actually, I do have a stat for you pertaining to the Pels.
What you got? Well, I guess that's a stat. All right, last call. Spread quarters, last call.
I don't know what happened. The line just cut me out.
Oh, my bad. Yeah, I thought that was the stat.
No. My bad, man. My bad. No. So check this out. Willie Green this season had 47 different starting lineups.
Yeah, that's true. That is a true stat. Yes, that is. I heard that on the radio the other day. 47.
It is so absurd. And, it pertains back to kind of what I mentioned back when we played the Packers and got whooped. I told you that, all these freaking medical staff people, and they can't keep the Saints healthy. They're walking out people that I've told you before that Drew Brees would make look like Pro Bowlers. And for the Pelicans, these are guys that would just snub it up in the G League and would never make it to an NBA team.
Besides Alfred Payton, in my opinion.
Well, obviously, yeah. No disrespect to Alfred Payton whatsoever. But
yeah, no, I agree, man. Like, if you got 47 different lineups, brother, like, you better change everything, man. You better, if you eating at the Pelicans cafeteria, start eating at Piccadilly. Change everything.
Yeah. One thing I will say, though, is pertaining to this playoffs, I don't want the Thunder or the Lakers winning. I'll tell you that right now.
NBA playoffs, we hadn't talked about them yet tonight. Dude, do you not feel that the NBA playoffs are about to be something else? Because I do. I do, man. I do. This has been a draggy season, and the way that the NBA playoffs are lined up now, especially since the Luka trade and everything like that, it just seems like we're about to have some fire-ass matchups.
I'll tell you one that I'm looking forward to is that Pistons and Knicks matchup.
Oh! Hey, I know you probably agree. Do not sleep on the Pistons.
I agree. That's a sleep.
Cade Cunningham?
Yeah, he's a beast. He's a freaking beast.
I fucking love that dude, bro. Love that.
Detroit's got it going for him. So hey, congrats to you guys.
Yeah, Jaden I, and who else they got? They got who's the center?
They got that. I know they got a Sar Thompson, Isaiah Stewart,
and then who's the other Duran?
Jalen Duren.
Yeah, Jalen Duren. Yeah, exactly. Yeah,
that's gonna be a good matchup. We got a Bucks Pacers rematch. I mean, no Dame this time around again, but hopefully those two squads can stay healthy against each other.
So what's the match? They released the matchups. I know it ended all today.
Yeah, it's going to be Bucks, Pacers, and Knicks, Pistons in the first round, and out west in the first round, it's going to be the Lakers and Timberwolves, and the Nuggets and the Clippers.
Wait, hold on. So the play-in is Golden State versus Memphis?
Yeah.
Damn, bro, Memphis snuck in.
And the 9-10 is freaking Sacramento and Dallas, and gosh, I think Dallas is going to get dog walked, man.
Yeah, I mean, they definitely going to get dog walked. Well,
and then
it's one game, so yeah.
Out East, it's the same teams every year: Orlando, Atlanta, Chicago, and Miami. So nothing new there.
So who you got winning it all?
Man, that's tough. Well, I obviously told you the two teams I don't want winning it. But oh man,
Clippers versus Nuggets first round. 4-5. Clippers versus Nuggets in the first round. 4-5.
Yeah, I think I got to go Nuggets. It's hard to stop Jokic.
Oh yeah,
I I saw that man play back in December. He started horribly in that first half. That second half, he took over, and I was like, oh, my gosh, this dude's unreal.
I'm looking at Magic versus the Hawks. Damn, bro. The East is so ass. Chicago. Bro, this conference just cannot get right. I don't. Ever since LeBron left the Cavs, this shit is a joke. I mean, you got the Bulls playing the Heat, the 9 and 10 to play in. The Bulls and the Heat. The Heat without Jimmy Butler, and then the Bulls have lost pieces. I mean, I don't even know how they made the playoffs.
It's just that. I mean, look at the rest of the teams that are out in the East: the Raptors, the Nets, the Sixers. Sixers shocked me that they didn't actually have a good season, and then of course the Hornets and the Wizards, who suck consistently.
Yeah, dude. Like, I'm looking at this right now. I mean, yeah, Knicks versus Pistons. That's gonna be amazing. Actually, that's gonna
go 7. I think.
Yeah, no, that's gonna be the best matchup of the first round. I'm looking at them all right now. That's going to be the best match. Oh, hold on. Hold the phone. Lakers versus Timberwolves. Oh, my God. Anthony Edwards versus LeBron. That's going to be something else.
Dude, I'll say that. I mean, if Ant can do what he did last year to the Suns, and I mean, I'm not going to hold my breath about Timberwolves beating the Lakers, but he could make the series interesting.
Yeah, and then Sacramento, Dallas in the play-in. That'll probably be a good game. Dude, Golden State versus Memphis in the play-in. You know, like imagine if Memphis caught momentum off of that. You know what I'm saying?
If Memphis catches momentum off of that and they play Houston in that first round, you want to talk about a dang good 2-7 matchup?
It really is, because Houston's got no experience in the playoffs, right? You know what I'm saying?
You're right. I mean, who's got experience in playoffs? Dillon Brooks, and what happened to him? We saw what happened to him in that playoff series against the Lakers.
I do love Houston's roster, though. I'll tell you that.
Yeah, one of them I got to respect. Tari Eason,
LSU. Let's go.
I got ball knowledge. Trust me, I got ball knowledge.
Hey, I've been said. Hey, bro, I said when he was coming out that Tari Eason was going to be a problem, and look at us now, bro. It's been years, and here he is. Here he is.
One guy I like on the rock, Alfred Şengün, man. That dude can play.
Yeah. No, I've always liked him. Yeah. Yep. Damn, bro.
It's gonna be an interesting playoff, man.
I'm excited, man. I really am, bro, because we got nothing going on. You know what I'm saying? I watched golf for 5 hours today, which was amazing. But
yeah, well, I'm gonna go ahead and let you in the stream, brother. Thanks for letting me call in. It's always good talking with you.
All right, brother. Take care, man.
All right. God bless.
Same to you, brother. All right, I'm out of here, man. 2-hour show, bro. 2-hour show. I saw some people in the chat asking, "Hey, am I gonna go live for the draft?" If you had to ask me right now, I'd tell you that I'm not gonna go live during the draft because I like to be able to watch it, and you know what I'm saying. I don't know how to explain this, but that's like asking me if I wanted to go live during the Saints game. You know what I'm saying? Like, no, I really don't. I want to watch the game. So I want to watch the draft, but as soon as the Saints pick is done, I'd go live right after that. And I think it'll be a great show, obviously. You know what I'm saying? Be a lot to talk about. So definitely 100% that. And other than that, we live every Sunday, and I'm about to start doing Wednesdays. I know I said this the last 2 weeks. I just don't know when I'm going to start that. But I'm thinking it's going to be soon, like this month. 100% by football season. We'll be live 2 days a week. But anyway, dude, this has been a great show. Shout out to Blue Plate. They've been here since 1927 for you in your grocery. You know, when groceries weren't even big, when they were just small and outside. Blue Plate was out there, sitting in the heat, waiting for you to pick them up. Since 1927, a few years after the Titanic sank, that's how long Blue Plate been here for you. Shout out to Burkhardt. Again, it's April. You know, time flies. Months, they move by so quick. And before you know it, it'll be August. And if you don't have a generator, dude, and you try to play with these hurricanes, it ain't even got to be a bad one. Try to play with these hurricanes. You're going to be sitting with a wet ass in the dark. And if I could do anything to help the people that support me, I want to help you get a generator. You can get one from Burkhardt 985-626-7741. They do monthly plans, financing, all that shit. A word around the block, they finance you a generator for under $10 a day. Some shit like, it's just something I would consider. 985-626-7741. This has been an amazing show. We've had so many different viewpoints on the last 7 days of what's happened, especially anything pertaining to us locally. It's been awesome, bro. It's been awesome. Appreciate it, Know the Darkness. Shout out to you, brother. And yes, I'll be on Twitch soon. I don't know if it'll be tonight, but if it's not tonight, it'll definitely be tomorrow. I'm out of here. Y'all take care and enjoy y'all's week.